If you've got savings, a pension, or run a business, look away now. Britain's economy is built on many things: growth, taxes, energy, debt, immigration, spending, and importantly, trust. When Keir Starmer's Labour Party took office back in July 2024, they inherited a recovering economy. Badly beaten by COVID, yes, but back on the path to growth quicker than any other G7 country. As a working mum myself, I know firsthand how Labour's bad choices have made the cost of living worse. So how did they get it so wrong so fast? First, taxes on jobs. They raised employers' national insurance by 1.2%. Sounds small? It wasn't. It's now costing businesses £900 more per worker per year. Unemployment has risen every single month since Labour took office. Over 282,000 jobs gone. That's 930 every single day. They could have chosen to support small business, protect jobs, and invest in growth. Instead, they chose higher taxes and fewer jobs. That's one brick gone. Then came Labour's reckless borrowing. They borrowed £20.7 billion in just 1 month. That's the second highest June borrowing on record. But the worst part? They rewrote the rules to pretend it wasn't real debt. Next, Labour's approach to net zero. They promised to lower energy bills by £300 a year. Instead, bills have gone up £150 per household. They're shutting down North Sea oil and gas, putting heavy burden on businesses and families, and leaving us all reliant on imported energy, a lot of it from unfriendly nations. Another vital brick gone. Then they buried businesses in red tape. Labour's employment rights bill alone will cost businesses £5 billion every single year. It's a war on the private sector. 90% of businesses are really worried. For the first time ever recorded, more businesses are shutting down than opening up. Starting to get the wobbly picture? Immigration was next. The Conservative government didn't get everything right on this over the years, but it did more than any government before it, and things were starting to work. What did Labour do on day one of coming into government? Reverse all that hard work. Over 45,000 people illegally crossed the channel this year. That's the highest number ever recorded. Another brick gone. Labour say they're helping working families, but the truth is they've lost control of welfare spending. Incapacity benefits alone are on track to cost over £100 billion a year. The rider is getting bigger than the horse. That's not just unaffordable, it is unfair on the people working hard, paying tax, and doing the right thing. And finally, trust. Labour promised no more taxes on working people. They promised safer borders. They promised lower bills. They have broken every promise. Trust was the last thing holding this tower up, and now it's gone. It doesn't have to be this way. Labour's bad choices have brought us here, but our economy isn't finished. Under new Conservative leadership, we have a real plan to rebuild, to back the makers in our economy, not the takers. You see, I believe Britain has extraordinary potential. We can still prosper. The right choices mean a stronger, safer economy that works for the makers of our great country. A stronger, safer economy for every family, every worker, and every business. We can do it, but only with new leadership that learns from the past. So let's rebuild a Britain to stand strong again.